Now let's welcome our first group.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. We are Group 1. I'm Pei Jun. They are Zhiwei and Pingshen. Okay. Today we are going to talk about Unit 8, confirming arrangements and dealing with complaints. Okay, next. This is our contents. I'm in charge of warming up vocabulary. After that, Zhiwei and I will have a conversation.
You know what you are going to talk about, so you don't need to look.
Okay. And after that, Zhiwei and I will have a conversation from scenario 1. And then preposition. Next, Tingshen will talk about discussing questions. Activity 1. And then Zhiwei will talk about high and low context culture and conclusion. Next is inside story, job assignment, references, and break time. Comments, best commentators. And then the last one is feedback. The next one is warming up. And please turn to page 55. The question 1, what kind of customer complaints do you think a customer services manager deals with on a daily basis? Okay, if you have any ideas or answers, please raise your hands. And you can look at the book on page 55. The 3 circles is the main reasons. So you can have some example. Zhengyun? Yes, food may be the reason. And then, okay, Yujie? Yes, that's right. And then the next one is Yibing? Yes, okay, that's the example. For example, food. The customer ordered food from a restaurant and received a dish that did not meet their expectations in terms of quality or taste. And the next is traffic. For example, a customer using a ride-sharing service complains about the driver taking a longer route, resulting in increased travel time and fare. The next is noise. For example, a guest at hotel complains about excessive noise from neighboring rooms, affecting their ability to sleep. Next, question 2. What do you think of the customer is always right philosophy? And if you agree the customer is always right, please thumbs up. Let me know. And if you not agree, please thumbs down. Okay. If you agree the customer is always right, please thumbs up. If you not agree, yes, please thumbs down. Let me know it. Yes? Okay, that's right. Okay, for me, I'm agreed. So I have thrown down 3 reasons. The customer always has the right to have their voice heard. Second, the customer always deserves to have their issues resolved. Third, the customer always has the privilege to feel empowered. Next, vocabulary. Okay, please repeat after me. First, itinerary. Confidential. Up to the challenge. Portion. Chapter. Live it up. Okay, let's look at the first one, itinerary. The meaning is a detailed plan or route of a journey. For example, confirming the final itinerary with customers. Please repeat after me. Okay, next, confidential. The meaning is secret, often in a formal business or a military situation. For example, indeed, there will be 2 groups traveling to Hong Kong separately, and we have to keep it confidential. Please repeat after me.
Indeed, there will be 2 groups traveling to Hong Kong separately. We have to keep it confidential.
Next, up to the challenge. for the meaning is to accept or attempt some particular test, fight, contest. For example, well, that's the reason why we brought this project to you. We know you're up to the challenge. Please repeat after me. The next is portion. The meaning is a part or share of something larger. For example, there shouldn't be any problems making the arrangements to Hong Kong. But what worries me is the return portion of the trip. Please repeat after me.
There shouldn't be any problems making the arrangements to Hong Kong.
Next, chapter. The meaning is to rent of a vehicle, especially an aircraft, for a special use and not as part of a regular service. For example, well, how about arranging a charter flight if possible?
Well, how about arranging a charter flight if possible?
Okay, that's one. Leave it up. The meaning is to have an exciting and very enjoyable time with parties, good food and drink. For example, and the price for a charter flight is open to negotiation. Besides, the passengers on board can live it up a little more freely. Okay, next part is scenario 1, and I and Zhuwei will have the conversation on this.
Lisa, I need to emphasize that this is a special case, so it's essential that I confirm everything with you.
Indeed, there will be two groups traveling to Hong Kong separately, and we have to keep it confidential. This is a bit tough.
Well, that's the reason why we brought this project to you. We know you're up to the challenge. Since our clients have all achieved high sales figures, please arrange a single room in the upper deck for each client on the cruise, and book business class for them on the way back to Kaohsiung, alright?
There shouldn't be any problems making the arrangements to Hong Kong, but what worries me is the return portion of the trip. There might not be a sufficient number of business seats to accommodate all the clients if they and their family members will be flying back on the same flight.
We don't feel it's necessary to insist on flying back on the same flight, but it should be on the same day. You can book different flights with different airlines.
Well, how about arranging a charter flight if possible?
That sounds like a good idea.
And the price for a charter flight is open to negotiation. Besides, the passengers on board can live it up a little more freely.
Indeed, it's more relaxing and can create more chances for our clients to socialize with others during the flight. Okay, please put this as our priority choice. And don't forget about the pickup service to and from the hotel. And the local transportation. Is everything settled now?
Don't worry, luxury buses are ready for them to use once they arrive at Hong Kong. And there will be one local tour guide as well as one of our project assistants on each bus to take care of the clients during the 3 days. And next is preposition. Question 1. And book business class for them blank the way back to Kaohsiung, alright? Does anyone know the answer? 1, 2, 3, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. 日婷.
And book business class for them on the way back to Kaohsiung, alright?
Yes. Okay, please repeat after me. And book business class for them on the way back to Kaohsiung, alright?
And book business class for them on the way back to Kaohsiung, alright?
Okay, question 2. We don't feel it's necessary to insist blank flying back on the same flight, but it should be on the same day. Again. 1, 2, 3. 核心
We don't feel it's necessary to insist on flying back on the same flight, but it should be on the same day.
Yes, we don't feel it's necessary to insist on flying back on the same flight, but it should be on the same day. Please repeat after me.
We don't feel it's necessary to insist on flying back on the same flight, but it should be on the same day.
Okay, next question. And the price for a charter flight is open blank negotiation. Again, 1, 2, 3. 乔轩
And the price for a charter flight is open to negotiation.
Yes. And the price for a charter flight is open to negotiation. Negotiation. Please repeat after me.
And the price for the charter flight is open to negotiation.
Next, indeed, it's more relaxing and can create more chances for our clients to socialize blank others during the flight. 信龙
It is more relaxing and can create chances for all clients to socialize with others during the flight.
Yes, indeed, it's more relaxing and can create more chances for our clients to socialize with others during the flight. Please repeat after me.
Indeed, it's more relaxing and can create more chances for our clients to socialize with others during the flight.
Okay. Next, don't worry. Luxury buses are ready blank, then blank, use once they arrive blank Hong Kong. Again, 1, 2, 3. 秋丹
Don't worry. Luxury buses are ready for them to use once they arrive at
Yes. Don't worry. Luxury buses are ready for them to use once they arrive at Hong Kong. Please repeat after me.
Don't worry, luxury buses are ready for them to use once they arrive at Hong Kong.
Okay, next. There will be one local tour guide as well as one blank, our project assistants blank, each bus to take care blank the clients during the 3 days. 清新
There will be one local tour guide as well as one of our project assistants on each bus to take care of the clients during the 3 days.
Yes, there will be one local tour guide as well as one of our project assistants on each bus to take care of the clients during the 3 days. Please repeat after me.
There will be one local tour guide as well as one of our project assistants on each bus to take care of the clients during the 3 days.
Okay, the last question. And don't forget blank the pick-up service to and blank the hotel and the local transportation. 是彩玲 Yes, and don't forget about the pickup service to and from the hotel and the local transportation. Please repeat after me. Okay, the next is discussing questions. I'll give the floor to Ting Xuan.
Now let's move on to discussion questions. First one, suppose you arrange a huge incentive tree with about 300 people and now you are considering if you should book a regular scheduled flight or a charter flight to transport all the clients. Discuss the advantage and disadvantage of the two options with your partner. Does anyone have subjects or opinions? Okay, so we made a form to let everyone understand their advantages and disadvantages clearly. So let's talk about regularly scheduled flights, advantage and disadvantage first. So regularly scheduled flights advantages are potentially more cost-effective, flexible schedules for individuals. Participants can earn loyalty points to get more rewards. And regularly scheduled flight disadvantages are limited control over the flight experience, challenges in coordination, large groups, no customization of the flight experience. So next is charter flight. So charter flights advantages are highly customization flight experience, simple flights, logistic with everyone traveling together, flexible scheduling, and disadvantages are generally more expensive than scheduled flights, more complex to arrange, risk of high cancellation fees. So between these two, charter flight and regularly scheduled flight, you can choose by like your how much you want to pay and your time, how is your schedule, because charter flight usually spend more and you need to pay higher cancellation fees. So next one, after a trip, you receive several complaints from your clients. Some are your company's faults, for example, like missing connecting flight or forgetting to ask for vegetarian meals, but some aren't, like hotel room neighbors who were too noisy at night or clients being cheated in a jewelry shop. So discuss with your manager about how to respond to these two kinds of client complaints. So when we meet these two problems, what can we do? Does anyone has opinions? I will give you guys 2 minutes to think about this problem. So what can we do if we make the problems about like our company's fault? And what should we do when we meet some uncontrollable issues?
Apologize and improve.
Yeah, so the first thing we need to do is apologize. So now let's move on to our options. So the first one, company's fault. The first thing is like what he said. We need to apologize first. So our apologies for the mistake that we made, to reach out to our customers and discuss the issues and talk about the refund. So change all the details and make sure everything is correct before next time. So what should we do about when we meet some uncontrollable issues? We can ask the details of the situation and try to resolve the issue. If the hotel or company can provide better accommodation or they can find a better way to solve this problem, we can try to get what customers want, what the companies want. Third, check into the details more next time. And fourth, we should tell all the customers the rules of the trip before we go. Now let's move on to activity 1. Please turn to 58. Complaint 1, there were no vegetarian dishes at the dinner party. So explanation is oversight in meal planning led to no vegetarian options being available. So the action we can take is, the first thing is apologize to affected clients, offer compensation such as a refund for the meal, ensure future events cater to all dietary needs. Complaint 2, the time allotted for shopping was not sufficient on the local tour. So the explanation is the allocated shopping time was too short due to planning oversight impacting client satisfaction. So the action we can take is also apologize first, apologize and offer a goodwill gesture like a discount on future booking. Then gather client feedback for better future planning so we can change all the details that make customers unhappy. Third, adjust future itineraries to allow more shopping time. Complaint 3, the hotel room was too cramped and had the odor of smoke. So the explanation is the hotel room was too small to fit 3 people and it smelled of the smoke. So we can still apologize first. So we apologize for the inconvenience first. Then we offer to switch rooms or provide amenities to improve comfort. Address the issue with hotel management, trying to solve this problem. 4, offer compensation or discounts. Complaint 4, the project assistant was unhelpful and unfriendly. So when we're trying to ask the project assistant for the alibis and he was unhelpful and unfriendly, we can address the issue directly with the assistant or your coworker trying to solve the issue first. Then we can report him to human resource manager and ask them for help trying to change this situation. Now I'll give the mic to Zhihui.
Hi everyone. There will not be any videos. There will not be any videos today. I will give you some example in oral instead. And the first interviewee is Miss Rock. She's a 20-year-old American girl, and the topic she and I talked about was the way of saying I love you. In America, you can say I love you in any situations, such as sending your kids to school, saying goodbye to your friend, and showing your gratitude to people who you love. It's a part of their culture. Sorry, in Taiwan, we don't say I love you. We say 你吃饱了吗？你有穿暖吗？ Instead, I think the reason why we don't say I love you is because we feel embraced. And the second interviewee is Mr. Haymore. He's a 20-year-old American boy, and the topic is say what you mean what you say. In America, expressing your opinion is important in their culture. The Americans are taught from a young age, if you don't like something, you should say no, and if you don't want something, you should say so. In Taiwan, we feel embraced about saying yes or no at the first time. But if people ask a second time, feel more comfortable to say yes. So I have a question for you. Do you have this situation happen in your life? Anyone? Yalong? Do you have this situation in your life? Yes or no? How about Hexin?
In Chinese New Year, and your parents give you red envelope, and in Asia culture, maybe you have in the start you have to say no, and finally you will receive their envelope. But in America, I think they will straightly directly to receive it.
Very good. And
Could you
and third,
paraphrase his feedback?
I think you are so awesome.
No, what did he say? Paraphrase.
Oh,
He showed you an example, you like the example, and that's a great example. Could you paraphrase it in your own words?
oh yes, I think of course we do want the red envelopes, but as some manners, we don't say yes, yes, yes. We have to say, oh, beyond, but we finally take it. Yes, and the third interviewee is Mr. Dennis. He's a sweet guy who comes from Germany. And the topic was, why do Taiwanese people like to work overtime? In Germany, if the contract gives a specific time to finish the work, then that's the time to finish. Additionally, Germans are very punctual. If you being late for an appointment with a German, it can be seen as a disrespectful behavior. But in Taiwan, overtime work has become a culture. We love being victim in this culture. You know, it's not reasonable, but we love, and I don't know why. It's like, I think it's due to heavy workloads and the ingrained culture of diligence from a young age. And next topic is, what does 都可以 mean? Do you say 都可以 in your life? Ke-en? Yes. All the time. Okay. When we say whatever is fine, we don't really mean it. We usually hope that the other person give us an answer that meets our expectation. But in America, they would directly say, any will do, or simply say what they want. By the way, when they say it, they mean it. And the next topic is appearance. It's an opposite example. Taiwanese people will directly ask, are you American? Where are you from? This kind of question. But in America, this question is kind of rude. For example, Beijing has Asian looking, but maybe her ancestors were immigrants, so she can be American and Asian at the same time. So in America, they don't say where you come from. They say, what's your background instead. Ke-en, do you have this trouble in Taiwan? Yeah, I know. Okay. And conclusion. I think this preposition help us to deal with unexpected issues and the more coping skills. The most important, I think, we learn is that making best choice for customers. And next part is inside story. The first meeting was on January 24th, and it started from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. And the topic we discussed were job assignment discussed, and we discussed warming up, vocabulary, preposition, and scenario 1. And the second one was on February 3rd. It started from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And we did it online. We discussed discussion questions, activity 1, high and low context culture. And the last one meeting was on February 22nd. It started from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. and we did it at school. We discussed about revise the PowerPoint presentation practice. And these are our job assignment. Pei Jun, in charge of warming up vocabulary. Scenario 1, preposition exercise and organizing the PowerPoint. Ting Xuan, in charge of activity 1, discussion questions, job assignment, inside story. And I did a high and low context culture, conclusion, break time, feedback, best commentators, offering ideas. And these are our references. And we'll be back. Let's take a break. We'll be
I'm Ning Hui from Group 2. And first of all, I think their PowerPoint don't have any problems. So I will be focusing on comments for individual performers.
Very good.
And first, I want to give Pei Jun a thumbs up. After the speech last week, she really absorbed the skills and knowledge the Huang Haozhen 老师 told us. And during her presentation, she stand right here in this position all the time, and she didn't hide behind the computer and always have eye contact with audience. Then sometimes just quick look at the screen. So I think Pedro did a good job on this part. And about Zhiwei also did a very good job on high and low context, but I still want to say you have a lot of energy when you do your part, but when you read the scenario part, you just like reading to yourself, not reading to the audience, because you don't have any intonation and pause, just your tone's very flat. So I hope you can put more energy as you do your own part presentation. And also there's a word you keep mentioning in high and low content. You say embrace, but I think the word is pronounced in embarrass.
Good. Could you repeat the word?
embarrassed.
Good.
Good. And final is Ting Xuan. I think probably because Ting Xuan didn't come last week, so during all the presentations, she's standing behind the computer and watching the screen all the time. You should be more eye contact with audience, and also you are not very familiar with your part, your script, and many of vocabularies you can even read it very fluently. And I think that's the most serious part of your presentation, and that's all. I will give the floor to Guang Hui.
Very good beginning. Well begun is half done. Good. See, you can do it without your cell phone.
I'm Huang Hui from Group 2. First, I appreciate Pei Jun. She revealed the vocabulary at the first, so everyone can follow the step. And then there's some mistake in her part. The first one is the pronunciation. When in warming up part, she said taste but instead of test. So she said test instead of taste. Yes. And in page 36.
Page.
On page 36. There is an example. Yeah. The first example to use is infinitive instead of preposition.
Good.
Yeah, so that's a
Hey,
mistake.
Jun, do you understand?
Would you mind repeat that?
The first example to use is to infinitive. It is not preposition.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And in Tin Xuan part, she was shocked a little bit during the presentation. Some important phrases like regularly and chatter, she need to repeat to confirm she spell it well. Yes. On Ziwei part, he is very confident and have the energy to communicate with the audience, and the part from him is very interesting because he interviews with another people from another country and with different topics, and he can give a good comparison between high and low context. And I'll give the floor to Ethan.
Okay, so first, I'll say that group 1 did a very great job, and especially I really like the Zhiwei's part, high and low context, and I like that he used the subject that is the way that telling something I love you. Okay, he say I love you. Anyway, so and I noticed a part that he pronounced wrong. It's embarrass, not embrace. That's a different meaning, but still good. And Pei-Jun's part, I think the Pei-Jun's pronunciation, it's gotta really improve a lot. And that's all. Thank you. I will give the floor to group 3.
I'm Taishan from Group 3. I think all of them know their content clearly, especially Pei-Jun and Ziwei.
You don't know him?
Show their confidence when presented. I like the high and low context culture part Ziwei talked about. It is related to our daily life and it's easy to understand. However, in vocabulary part, I think it would be better to put number order, so it would be better to follow up. I will give the floor to Ke-en.
I'm Ke-en from Group 3. I think, first of all, I think their presentation is very good and their PowerPoint is very good, and the Pei-Jun's part is very fluently, and I like his tone. And in Ziwei's part I think he's very energetic and he did a great job on his part and show us the eye context. And Tinxuan's part is a little bit nervous, so I think she can practice more. I will give the floor to group 4.
I'm Xian from Group 4. I think that Group 1 did a great job. I appreciate that they are not using the note card or cell phone during the presentation, and I think they try their best. Also, I love the part of Ziwei. I think the high and low contest part is very interesting. He did not use a video from the internet, and he used his own experience to share with us. And I think that is his real experience, and I think it's very funny and interesting and attractive. Thank you. Give the floor to Ayo.
I'm Liang from Group 4. As for Peijun, recall the time is well controlled and she's pronunciation is very clear. As for Pingshan, finally, I like Zhiwei. His own experience as example, and his expression is naturally and easy to understand. Overall, Group 1 did a great job. I will give floor to Xinrong.
I'm Xinrong from Group 4.
Could you put away your cell phone? Talk to us.
Okay, I think Group 1 did a great job. As for warming up part, Peijun it's nice. It's nice to have some pictures and some sentences to explain how food, traffic, and noise affect customers. That's really nice because it didn't show up on our textbook. And as for discussion part, teacher clearly explained each question, not just reading text on PowerPoint. And finally, as for high in the context culture, Zhiwei did a great job, and I think those examples are really close to our labs. And that's all. I'll give floor to
I'm Xing from Group 4. I very like the presentation today, so I list 2 pros and 2 cons for you. Okay, let's talk about the cons first. There's a mistake on page 36, and the mistake Guanghui has said before. Could you go to page 36? Yeah. The word to use, the to is not a preposition. So what is the part of speech? Do you know? What is the part of speech of the word to here?
If it's not a preposition, then what is it?
词性是什么？它的词性是什么？ To use, so to, the word of to, what is the part of speech?
I'm sorry, we don't know.
okay, I tell you. The part of speech is infinitive, 不定词. Okay.
Do you understand the difference between these two? For example, there's a phrase, I'm looking forward to hearing from you soon. If you apply or if you write to someone, you want them to reply to you. You will say, I am looking forward to hearing from you. 那里的 to 是介系词还是不定词？ Looking forward to 是介系词还是不定词？
介系词。
所以后面的动词会加什么
ing。
所以期待看到你，希望我很期待明天看到你，怎么说 ？I am looking forward to see you 还是 seeing you? Why? Because the to is a preposition in that case. to 是介系词的时候，后面的动词就一定要 ing 啊。如果是不定词，就是原形，这样知道吗？Once and for all， 老师你讲一学期了，不要再出现这种问题。这里的 to 是介系词吗？你们的 topic 是 preposition exercise。Unfortunately, it's not a preposition。现在知道了吗？那它是什么词？它如果不是介系词，那它是什么？
不定词。
这样会分辨吗？它如果是介系词，后面的 use 要怎么办 ？Bingo， 这样懂了没？一定要很彻底的弄清楚。台湾的学生在写 I'm looking forward to 什么，后面都没有加 ing， 因为没有搞清楚那里的 to 是介系词，动词一遇到介系词一定要加 ing， 他们两个是 connected。Okay? That's a very good question. Continue, please.
And next one, there's one pronunciation, mispronunciation on page 48. I think two of you say the wrong pronunciation. Itinerary. You say itinerary or what, I don't know. So the correct pronunciation is itinerary.
这是庭轩的，这是庭轩讲的吗？
我记得有两个人都讲的怪怪的。
庭轩再念一遍这个字。
Itinerary.
Good.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Thank you. And now I will tell you the pros, the two pros. First one on page 40. I really like the slide on page 40 because you prepare the pictures and also you show us a Chinese translation 包机 because I think most of us seldom use charter flight in our daily life. So I think you did a very good job because you put the Chinese translation on the slides and also the pictures. Okay, and finally, I think you did a very good job on you remember the contents. You remember the contents so you don't look at the PPT all the time. So very good, thank you. I will give the floor to group 5.
I'm group 5 from I'm Xiaoshen from group 5. For paging, I think you did a very good job. For tension, there are so many words on page 43. I think you can put some key point on it. And for
Let's wait. Please go to page 42.
3.
3.
I think you can put some key point on it. And for Zhiwei, your high and low contents culture was very impressive. And I'll give the floor to Chodan.
I'm Chodan from group 4. I think their presentation is fluent. The first presenter, Pei Jun, showed her confidence, and I like her presentation. I like her pronunciation very much.
Chodan, you're not from group 4.
Oh, group 5.
Okay.
Ding Shen has a good content, but I think you can list the points, it would be better. And Zhiwei seems a little bit nervous, but I like your high and low context culture part. And overall, I think they all did a great job. I'll give the floor to Yuchen.
I'm Yuchen from group 5, and I think they all did a great job because their presentation is fluent. And I think Peijuan's pronunciation improved compared to last semester. And I really like Zhiwei's part because I think his content is interesting. And I will give the floor to group 6.
I'm Yiping from group 6. and I think their whole presentation are very smooth, especially Beijing's pronunciation of each words are very great, and Ziwei's high and low context culture is easy to understand, and I think it's very great, and they all did a good job. I will give the floor to Zhen Yu.
I'm Jane from Group 6. And Peggy and Julie are well prepared for the presentation and making the contact lively and interesting. Then I'll give floor to Yujie.
I'm Yujie from Group 6. Both Peijing and Zhiwei have great pronunciation and intonation, and they are familiar with their content. And I like the high and low part. It is interesting and close to our life. And for tension, it is important to be familiar with your content. Yes, and I will give the floor to Tsailing.
I'm Tsailing from Group 6. First of all, Group 1 did a really good job. And about the Ziwei, I really like her voice. Sorry. About Ziwei, I really like his articulation is very clearly and the voice is loud enough. And about the high and low context, he gave us a really practical example. Yeah, and that's really good. About the Peijing, I really like her voice. Yeah. Also, the articulation is very clearly and loud enough. And now I will give the floor to Group 7.
I'm shooting from Group 7. First of all, they all did a great job, but there is still room for improvement. First, in the scenario 1, that I like Zhiwei and Peijun, they changed the name in the sentence to their own English name, which allows us to have the sense of picture, which was very good. And in discussion question parts, that tension parts, on page 42, there is a mispronunciation. There's the word simplifies. Yes. And tension pronounced like simplifies. Yes. And on page 43.
你们是最后一组了，是不是？对。那 advantage 要加 s， 是复数，它都是单数。Change that now. Advantages. Disadvantages.
Okay, on page 43, that's Tingshan put whole paragraph on the slide, but I'll prefer to list the points. For example, she can list point 1, missing a connecting slide, and point 2.
Could you put an extra PowerPoint? 你可以新增一页吗？新增一页，这个留着，这是对照组。How would you improve this one? 你们要是进了职场这样做简报，老板立刻叫你明天不用来了。你这样 ，there's no power and no point。你这个不是叫 PowerPoint 吗？要有 power， 要有 point。But what's the point？ 这样子一整段撒下来，你们要是继续念研究所、硕士、博士，会有口试、论文口试。你要是敢把你的论文这样整段丢上去，你就不用来了，立刻当掉。这很重要，对于后面的基础，绝对不能再犯这种，而且要1、2、3，不要用那个 bullet， 不要用点点。你们在 when we refer to this page, we can say number 1, number 2, number 3. 才不会像你们刚才的 preposition exercise 讲不清楚到底是哪一题，就可以直接讲 question 1、question 2，可以给数字，下标题就永远要数字，就像你们的 page number 这样是不是很清楚？那上面有第1点、第2点、第3点。Missing connecting flights， 你的 connecting 可能会有很多段，转机会有时候很多段啊，不会只有一段。Missing connecting flights。这个就是很典型的东方跟西方的思考是不一样的。为什么 PowerPoint 是美国人发明的？因为要有 power， 要有 point。但是我们东方人觉得，我就诊断给你啊，看不看得懂是你的事情啊。但是西方人觉得，美国人他觉得有没有把话讲清楚是 speaker 的责任。那我们觉得，那我就诊断给你了，是你自己看不懂啊，那是你自己太笨啦。是 listener 的责任。有看到 high and low context culture 这里的不同吗？这个只有亚洲人会发生，就诊断就丢上来，论文也是诊断丢上来。如果人家评审看到这个，就立刻叫你下台了，不用讲了，老板就不用来了。所以一定要有 power， 有 point。That's why we call it PowerPoint。你们现在用什么简报？虽然它是 camera。但是还是 still PowerPoint.
Yes, you can list the point and put more example on it, like page 44 and 45. You list the point which was very good. And in addition, I also like tension, intonation, which is more obvious than 智伟 and Beijing. Then next one on high and low context culture. I like that 智伟 shows his story. He show up his story. Sorry. He tell us his story to show up the difference between American and Taiwan. Like the first point that in Asian people we are not as open and casual when we talk about our emotion, like Western country. And Zhiwei gave us a lot of example, which was very good. All in all, they all did a great job. Not only in their pronunciation, intonation, also their teamwork. Then I will give the floor to He-Xin.
I'm He-Xin, and I think they all did a great job, especially is Peijun and Zhiwei. And they when they introduce the topic and they have nice prepare, and so they speak very fluently and confidence. Yes, and I will give floor to Zixian.
I'm teaching from group 7. I think Peijun and Zhiwei's part is very fluently, and they are very familiar with their presentation, PowerPoint. And I think I like Zhiwei's part of the high and low context culture. He showed the different way in this part. I think the way is more close to our life. Yes. And Tingshan, I think maybe it's too nervous, maybe it's I don't know. Maybe I think she can put more confidence in this in his her 重新 I think she can put more confidence in her presentation, and I think maybe she can improve in her skill in at next time at at next presentation. Okay, thank you. I will give a floor to Zhiwei. Zhiwei 吗？
Next part is best commentators. Please give us some moments. We'll come back. Let's welcome our best.
No, you need to announce the best commentators first.
Okay. Our best commentators. Commentators are Ninghui, Qingxin, and Shiting.
Could you tell us why?
Yes, I'm going to tell you why.
Good.
All of these three persons. Start over. Each of them has a great perspective, and their comments is very complete and right to the point. That's all. So let's welcome these three best commentators. Come up and commentators. Come up and say it again.
Okay. Do you like your pictures?
Yes.
They give you a picture. That's cute. Thank you for choosing me as one of the best commentators.
Ninghui, thank you for choosing me to one of the best commentators. And due to the time limitation, I just quick summarize the comments. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Good. Good. Full of energy. I'm giving floor to Qingxin.
That's all. I'm Qingxin from Group 4. I'm Qingxin from Group 4. I very like the presentation today. So I list 2 pros and 2 cons for you. And let's start with cons. Okay. The first one is to page 36 to use the part of speech the part of speech of to is infinitive, not preposition. Okay, next one. Page 48. The correct pronunciation is itinerary. Okay, and as for pros, page 40, you show us the Chinese translation and the pictures of a new word. A new word for us. because I think most of us seldom use the charger light. Yeah, so I think you did a very good job. Okay. And I think you remember all accountants because you do not look at the slides all the time. Okay, thank you. Very good. I will give the floor to Shruti.
Thank you for choosing me as one of the best commentators. And they all did a great job, but there is still room for improvement. The first point is they all need to pay more attention to their pronunciation. And also, I like their intonation and their teamwork. By the way, I forgot to say that there's on page 60, there's a word specific, but I think 智伟pronounced like yes, and
Could you go to that page?
60. Okay, the word is specific. Yeah? Yes. And by the way, I like his story to show up the difference between American and Taiwan, which is very good. Then they all did a great job. I will give the floor back to group 1.
Let's move on to feedback. I think this term is the most difficult time for me because we did it during the winter break. So we can do it. We couldn't do it face by face. So that's the most difficult part for me. But each of my teammates is very hardworking and very communicable. So it's my pleasure to have them as my teammates. I'll give floor to Tingshen.
Yeah, like Zhui said, it's the hardest time to do this report because we need to finish the report in winter vacation and we're both busy. And like me, I'm also sick. I'm so sick. Yeah, so I still feel grateful to my teammates because they all worked hard and they did so much. Yeah, so yeah, we did a great job except me. I'll give floor to Beijing.
I'm Beijing, and I feel very grateful to cooperate with Zhui and Tingshen, and both of them give me lots of ideas and respect each other's opinions. And thank you for my good partners for making this new report finish smoothly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
We are group 1.
We are good one.
Any other questions? If not, just one more point on your pronunciation. Could you go to page 48? I think it's 48. It's not working? 48? Where is the word Gesture? 40, 这是 47, 48. Okay, here. Please read number 1 together. All of you together. Number 1. 他们这次有数字了. Read number 1 together. Gesture. 今天怎么念？ Not gesture. Gesture. 这个是很多台湾的学生都会念错。Pay particular attention to this word. All of you together? And finish sentence 1. Apologize. Very good. That's a good sentence, except for this pronunciation. It's often mispronounced. Gestures. Nisha, try again. Gesture. Okay, very good. They did an excellent job as group 1. Give them big hands again. Congratulations. You all made it. You made comments without your cell phone. Excellent. If you keep doing this, I might cancel your midterm. Give me your eye contact and cancel the, how about that? Okay? Thank you. If not, then let's call it a day. See you next week. Next month.